One of the questions I get asked most frequently on my EDC videos is why I carry a flashlight, even though every smartphone on the planet, including mine, has one built in nowadays. I don't know about you, but Monday to Friday, my days look like this. I get up in the morning, get ready for work, and pack my EDC for the day. Aside from a few months during summer, it's mostly still dark-ish when I leave home to go to work in the morning, and rarely do I ever have more than a few hours worth of sunlight left when I get back. But I don't want to just sit at home after work and desperately cram all the fun times and adventures that I could have during the week into the weekend. That just leads to more stress on the weekends and is a recipe for disaster in my experience. So those few hours after work are some of my most valued times during the week, and I need to spend at least some days a week out and about doing stuff and experiencing life in order to keep my sanity. Sometimes that just means going to a restaurant or for a walk in the park, and sometimes that means going for a bike ride or a quick hike. So what I want out of my EDC, aside from just the most basic functionality for the more mundane tasks of day-to-day life, is to be prepared to go on a spontaneous adventure whenever I want and not have to abort just because the sun is about to set. If you've ever been out in a forest at night after sunset, you will know that out there it gets seriously dark. Hiking down a dirt road of a mountain in pitch black darkness is unnerving at the best of times, and things can go sideways really fast if you don't find a way to illuminate your path. In those situations, it's certainly better to have the light on your phone on you than having no light at all, but I personally wouldn't want to rely on that tiny light. Those lights aren't too bright to begin with, and after a full day of usage, your battery might already be running low. And that's where carrying a more serious flashlight comes into play. So in today's video, we are going to talk about the little flashlight that packs a lot of punch for its size, the Lumintop FWAA. I don't know how to actually pronounce this. Is it FWAA, FWAA? Nevertheless, I'm just going to call it the Lumintop FWAA or just the Lumintop going forward. It is the light that I've been carrying most over the past 4 to 6 weeks. It features a ridiculous 1400 lumen turbo mode whilst being powered by something that is the size of a AA battery. Before we go any further, I just want to make one thing clear, because this is YouTube. I bought this flashlight with my own money. I'm not here to sell it to you. I think this is a great light, spoiler alert, but I don't care if you buy it or not. So without any further ado, let's get into the review. If you are not familiar with the world of EDC flashlights, you might not understand why this Lumintop might be special in any way. So allow me to explain. This light is comparatively small and it's designed to be used as an everyday carry flashlight, meaning that you can carry it on your person instead of just storing it somewhere in your car or around the house. It runs on a 14500 lithium-ion battery, which is basically the same size as your standard AA battery, and on max output it shoots out 1400 lumens. That is insane for a light of this size. Look, a couple of years back, when I first dipped my toe into the newly emerging world of EDC flashlights, lights powered by a AA cell were dim, pathetic and embarrassingly underpowered with no runtime to speak of. There were lights like the Sclaris MI7 that also utilized a AA and even 14500 batteries, but those were only able to put out around 700 lumens max, even when running on lithium-ion batteries. Other lights, like the TrueNight TN4A, offered a max brightness of 1000 lumens and also ran on AA batteries, but 4 of them, so it wasn't exactly pocketable. All the cool kid flashlights around that time ran on 18650 batteries, and while they were capable of churning out 1000 lumens as well, and in a smaller form factor, they also weren't exactly inconspicuous to carry. So fast forward a couple of years and flashlight technology has improved by quite a margin. Whilst battery technology stayed more or less at the same level, LED technology made a bit of a leap forward, and 18650 powered lights, like we've seen earlier, are now able to deliver 2800 lumens or more, like in this Lumintop FWAA. Since there's also now a more substantial community around the whole topic of EDCs and flashlight more specifically, some of the lights got more intelligent as well. This FWAA was designed by a group of enthusiasts in a flashlight forum, and they got Lumintop to produce it for them. They used the Untitled user interface, which allowed for all kinds of shenanigans, like a candle mode, a thunderstorm mode, different ramping modes, strobe, and the aforementioned 2800 lumen turbo mode, just to name a few. It was and still is a great light for a fair price. I actually bought 2 for myself and 1 as a gift for my dad, but with all the performance and portability improvements it offered over the old lights of yesteryear, it was still big for something you want to carry in your pockets. So now enters the FWAA. As you can see, it's a lot smaller than its bigger brother. It also only offers half the output and considerably shorter run times, but it's still more than enough for most people's everyday carry needs. Again, most people consider the light on their iPhone to be more than enough to get them by. The 1400 lumens it pumps out offer about as much brightness as your average car headlamp. And even in lower modes, it offers a ton of light for hours on end. It is of course also protected against water and can apparently withstand drops from up to 2 meters. I honestly haven't tested it on this flashlight because it's all fancy and new and I don't want to ruin it like I ruined my FW3A. But I dropped that light dozens of times without any issue, so I trust Lumintop to offer the same reliability here as well. The light is available in different materials at different price points. I of course went for the blasted titanium version, because I want my gear to look nice for Instagram and I have an unhealthy love for titanium. I also went for the SST20 4K LEDs because everything else was sold out, but I have to admit that I actually like them. I'm not an expert at LED color rendering, so I'll just keep it at that. Because of all of its modes and capabilities, the light is also very versatile, just like its bigger brother. But that also means that it is confusing as shit for some people who just want to use the damn thing. That is however not the light's fault. It was designed by enthusiasts to be used by enthusiasts. And they even included what they call a muggle mode, meaning a mode that can be used by any idiot if you have to hand off your light to someone you don't trust. But if you buy this for yourself, you should better be prepared to get knee deep into the manual, or you will probably not find much enjoyment here. But anyway, it goes without saying that this light also offers all the features any other light offers nowadays, like a full-on locking mode or a firefly mode. So it seems perfect, right? And well, yeah, if you ask me, it just about is. In terms of negatives, there are not many to speak of. It does get very hot, very fast, especially at the top end of the light during turbo mode, and it can't keep its maximum output up for long, but that's only reasonable for a light of this size. Also, you obviously need to use this with an unprotected 14500 lithium-ion cell, so you should at least know the basics about how lithium-ion batteries work, so you don't hurt yourself, and you also need to have some device to charge the battery in. But that's about it in terms of negatives. For me, and for now, this is about as perfect as it gets for an EDC flashlight. It's the kind of light that you can rely on, that doesn't get in the way during the day. It's very reliable, has a great user interface, all the modes you can dream of, great run times and a high maximum output. Despite everything, it is still kind of big, so even though I already had it for months now, I only really started carrying it over the past 4 to 6 weeks. Before that, I mostly used the Nightcore Tiny 2 as my daily driver, which is even smaller, USB-C rechargeable, and features a display with runtime and mode readouts. And not to forget, a 500 lumen max output, which is still plenty. So that made it more than enough for the summer months. But yeah, I think it's a great idea to have a light on you at all times for those spontaneous adventures. Also, obviously, you can use it as a fill-in light for photography or whatever you might want to do with it. If you want to go hands-free or do something, you can clip it to your head if that's your kind of thing. And yeah, that was my quick and dirty review of the Lumintop FWAA. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by leaving a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos about EDC gear, cameras and all that good stuff. But anyway, that's all I got for you today. Again, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care.